Hello, and welcome to the Bridging Apps Houston monthly meeting. Thanks, y'all, for joining us today. We are really glad that you could be here. The theme tonight is holiday apps for the holidays. So this is the third meeting that we've done via a Google Hangout, and hopefully, at least for the Houston area folks, that this is convenient because traffic is really a pain and it's super hard to get around. So we're hoping that we can share more information this way so that you can just stay where you are and not have to battle that traffic. We have a list of holiday apps that we have on the Bridging Apps website at bridgingapps.org. It's called Holiday Apps 2014. It has a list of about 62 apps on it of all different types for all different ages. So we encourage you to kind of check that out and let us know what you think. We always really want people's opinions about apps, and we are first and foremost a community. So if you have not joined us before, we are a program of Easter Seals Greater Houston, and we focus on technology and bridging the gap between technology and people with disabilities. So we're super excited you're here. Feel free, if you have any comments or questions, you can post them on our Facebook page or our Google Plus page, and we will try to get to them and address them during the Hangout. So it's going to be about 30 minutes long, and we'd love to hear feedback. And for future topics, we are kind of doing some seasonal apps the last few Google Hangouts, but in the new year we're going to be doing some different themes. So I am going to show a few apps, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tara Rocha, who is going to be sharing a few holiday apps as well. So my name is Kristen Reet, and I'm one of the co-founders of Bridging Apps and the program coordinator. So I am going to show, the first app I'm going to show is called Starfall Snowman. And for those of you teachers who are familiar with the Starfall program, this is one of those. So I am going to share my screen. And it might take a minute here, just a second. And hopefully you all can see that. So I am going to be opening Starfall Snowman. So hopefully you all can see that. This app is available on the iTunes Store, and it actually is also available for the Android platform. It's 99 cents. I'm not sure how well the sound is coming through, but there's some nice music from the Nutcracker Suite that they play in the background. And there are two activities in this app. The first one is make a snowman. So I'm going to open that out. And what I really like about the Starfall apps, really all of them, is they have these nice visual prompts. You see this arrow kind of pops up and tells the user what to do. So again, especially for a young child, and then it gives this little hand that's pointing exactly what to do. So I'm going to tap on that, and you see the icon in the lower left-hand corner. There's a little ear, and basically if I touch that ear,
Kristen, do you want to try your screen share again?
Oh, it's not working? Okay, hold on. I think we just got off. Hold on. Working on the technology here. There we go. All right, how's that? Can you all see my screen now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, sorry about that. So we're back into Starfall Snowman. And again, if you hit the ear icon in the lower left-hand corner, it reads it aloud. So it also changes the color of the text. So that, again, that's a nice real prompt for somebody who may want to hear it over and over again, like my son. Basically, you can touch one of the hats on the right hand, and you're basically building a snowman. So you pick one of the hats, or you can change it out. I'm just tapping on the different options on the right. And then the next screen, pick the arms. And again, it's really, really nice. Each screen, you can read it aloud or just read it together, especially if you're sitting with a child. You can take turns reading it. Fun little eyes there. Help the snowman smell. And then when you finish, there's a little reward, which is a little song, which is nice. So with all the Starfall apps and the Starfall program, generally you do a little task, and there's a great reward at the end. The other thing that you can do with it, there's a matching activity you see here, and something called Snowman Gallery. And the Snowman Gallery is you basically just take a picture of the snowman that you've created. There's also an option, if you see in the lower left-hand corner, the little note symbol. You can turn that off. So if the music is annoying or distracting for kids, again, a lot of kids who have processing disorders sometimes just can't use different sensory channels, like hearing at the same time that they're trying to focus on a task. So it's really nice to have that option. So again, that one is called Starfall Snowman, and we love that because there are also no in-app purchases. There's also a function where you can have it auto-read to you, so that if a child cannot turn the pages on their own, or they're doing the activity by themselves and they want somebody to read it to them, you hit auto read and it reads it aloud automatically, and they don't have to turn pages. So the next app I'm going to show is called Cake Doodle. There's also an app called Cookie Doodle, and both of these apps have lots of holiday themes in them. So I'm going to open Cookie Doodle here. This app is available only for iOS, so only for Apple products, and it's 99 cents. At least last time I checked. These app prices change all the time. So basically you open the app and it gives you all these choices of different kinds of cakes. I'm going to choose cinnamon, and then what you see on the left is the recipe, and then all of the ingredients for how to make this cake. And what we really love about using this with kids, you can use it for so many things. You can use it for following directions, for sequencing things, for taking turns, vocabulary, even math, because cooking is such a great activity. So basically, you just touch each of the ingredients, and it really doesn't matter which order, and you drag them. And for the flour, you actually have to sift. And again, this is the same as in Cookie Doodle. It's the same idea. I'm adding sour cream, so I'm putting all the ingredients in, and there are even some tasks where it says twist to pour, and you actually have to lift up the device and turn it. So it's really interactive. If kids have trouble with that, again, they might need some hand-over-hand assistance, but for the most part, kids are so engaged, boys and girls alike are really engaged by these kinds of apps because they're really fun and really creative. So again, I'm twisting, I'm putting all the ingredients in. With the eggs, you have to tap them to crack. So again, I use this with my 11-year-old son, and we have lots of fun talking. It's just great for vocabulary building. When I put the butter in, I slice it, put the other butter in. So again, there are all these steps that you can talk about. You can take turns doing. I have to turn it to pour in the vanilla. You can't see me doing this, but I'm actually turning it. And then this is really fun, that you have to take your finger or knuckle or palm, and you have to mix all these ingredients together. So it's mimicking actually stirring it up in a bowl. So I'm mixing them all up together, and then I choose the cake. So it just goes on like this, and you actually then put it in the oven, and then at the end you have all these options for decorating, and this is where the Christmas or the holiday part comes in. You have different, if you look at the top, you have different types of frosting, different toppings, and if you click on all of these different options, you see some holiday options like peppermints and candy canes. You can do a red and green theme or a blue and white theme for Hanukkah. So lots of different opportunities to be creative. We just really love these apps. And again, this one is 99 cents, and there's also, I believe there's a series of them. There's another one called Cookie Doodle. So we're going to leave that app, and we're going to come to a really fun interactive book. This is also on our app list. This app is a little bit expensive, but if you're going to buy any book, This is just a really excellent one, and it's the author and actually the illustrator is Jan Brett, and it's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And there are so many choices for these kinds of books, but this one is a really nice one. It's $4.99, which is kind of expensive, but it has lots of really nice features that I like. So you see on the home screen, you can have the sounds on or off. So they have these little kind of sounds in the background as well as music. You have autoplay where, again, the book reads to you. I'm going to turn that, I'm going to actually turn that on right now. You also, in the lower left-hand corner, I don't know if you can see that, it says About the Author. There's this wonderful 15 or 20-minute video interview with the author illustrator Jan Brett. So for kids who never get to really meet any authors or have any idea of what an author does and how they work, it's a really fun video to watch and to share. It also has a video or a slideshow about the Boston Pops, because the Boston Pops Symphony has done the music for this book. So I'm going to hit start, and because I selected autoplay, it's just going to scroll through by itself, which is great for someone who does not have the fine motor ability or for other reasons cannot turn the pages of a book themselves. So either you can do hand over hand and do it manually, or you can have it read to you. And the illustrations are just beautiful. So it just goes through and reads it aloud. The only thing that I don't like is the text is very, very small. So again, for non-readers, that may not make much of a difference, but for someone with a visual impairment or someone who has problems with who needs a lot of contrast, the text is a little bit small, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's so much fun for all ages to read books out loud, and this is just a beautifully done book. So again, this one is called Jan Brett's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it's $4.99. Okay, so I am going to go out of this one. Again, that's one of my favorites. I'm going to go into one now called I Get It. Christmas Social Stories. This is part of a series of apps that probably there are about 10 of them, and they're really very well known for their social stories. This app is $1.99, and it's available only through iTunes or for Apple products. And what it comes with, if you see, there's a little bookshelf, and on the left-hand side it says Christmas, and I'm going to tap that. And it comes with these preloaded little pictures that's kind of a sequencing social story about what Christmas is all about. So we think this is great because in a different section, it's this app and all of these apps are customizable. So you can really customize it for the child. So for someone who needs that social story support of preparing someone, a child, or even a teenager for what Christmas is all about, or really you could do any holiday, this is a great place to start. So I'm just going to tap, and there's no recorded voice, although you can record your voice, but you basically just say, hey, this is what Christmas is about. There's an arrow on the lower right-hand side that you can touch to turn pages, or you can use a finger swipe to change. And so it says December 25th. It tells you when it is. And again, you just tap through these things. And then I used this again with my son Vincent last night, and we practiced saying Merry Christmas to each other, and he totally got into this app. It's great for vocabulary building, for sequencing, and it's really fun. Again, these are pictures of that just automatically come with the app, but you can make your own. So I'm going to go out of this little book right here, and I'm going to go into my favorites. So this is where you can actually create your own book. So we created one called Christmas Stuff I Love. And you see in the lower right-hand corner there's a little symbol that's supposed to be like a megaphone or sound. And if I touch that sound, you can hear a recorded voice, although it may not come through here, that says Christmas Stuff I Love. And we did Google searches for different ornaments, but you could also take pictures of pretty much anything in your house and make a little book together. And it's really fun to do that as a shared activity with siblings or with parents or neighbors, and it's just really fun, again, for for preparing someone who may need that support of knowing what Christmas is all about, knowing what's to come, knowing that there's going to be a lot of noise and change and excitement that's different from the everyday. There's also, I'm going to go back, and you can see my photos. Actually, if I open that up, I only have one in there right now. But if I go back to my favorites and I want to create a new book, all I have to do is on the lower right-hand side part of the screen, it says Add Book, and it says Select a Template. And basically, you just select a template, and then you just start adding pictures and recording your voice. So that's a really fun app because it does come with preloaded pictures, but you can also create your own. And this is a picture of my son because he loves having his picture in as many apps as possible. So again, that's $1.99, and it's called I Get It Christmas Social Stories. I think one other one I'm going to show, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tara. This one is called Dr. Seuss Camera, the Grinch Edition. So this is a fun, very easy app. It's one of several. I believe there's one called Rudolph Camera. And I'm going to open this app. And let me see. No, please don't send me alerts. Basically, it's a template. So you see right there, it says choose a card. So you just scroll through and you choose these little templates that are all from the story and the TV show, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So I'm going to select one. I think I'm going to select this one with the wreath. So I'm going to hit choose a card. And there it gives me the template. And then you see in the middle of the wreath, it's basically a camera. So I'm sitting here next to a table, and it's showing me the camera. So I have the option of either taking a picture right from the app, or if I tap on the lower right-hand screen of the little rectangle, I can go in, and again, there's my son Vincent. I can put my own picture in there. And then it says drag to reposition, pinch and zoom out. So I'm going to put his little head right in the middle of that wreath. So that's so fun, so easy. I'm done moving it. And now at the bottom, it gives me all these other options. There's a little picture of a pencil. I'm going to open that. And there are all these different stickers and things that you can drag and put in the little picture. So I'm going to pick another one, a little stocking. You can see I'm tapping on the screen. I'm adding all these stockings around his face. And then I can go back. I can even change kind of the template of the card. And then I can actually email this to somebody, if I can remember where I put that. There's a little envelope at the bottom. I tap on the envelope, and it gives me the option. I can either save this picture to my photo library, or I can email it directly from this app and send it to a friend. So this is a really fun way, again, for kids who have difficulty with fine motor skills like my son. He does not write, can't hold a pencil. This is a fun way to make a personalized card and send it to lots of people if they have access to email. So again, that one's called Dr. Seuss Camera, the Grinch Edition, and it's $1.99, and there are a couple other ones in that series. So now I am going to turn it over. So hopefully you got some ideas from that, or maybe if any of you have used those apps, feel free to comment on our Facebook page or Google Plus page. And I am now going to turn it over to Tara Rocha.
All right, I'm sharing my iPad. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Measure This. And that is the little reindeer with the ruler.
Oh, and this is called Measure This? Okay.
Measure This, and this is the holiday series, or the holiday edition. So this one, I have a 7-year-old, a almost 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 4-month-old. And I had my 7-year-old try out these apps that I was preparing to share, and this was one of her favorite ones. Okay, I'm just going to, I like this because I can choose to turn the music on or off, And then there is a for parents section. I won't show that right now, but I'm just going to go into delay. Questions in there, and it's delayed. There it is. So it asks me to arrange by length. So I can slide with my finger, longest to shortest. And this is really important to stress to the student, or to stress to your kids, longest to shortest, because they'll see these on a test and they might not be the directions. So they can slide with their finger, and it looks like a little graph, and they're able to put the little pine cones, the string of pine cones in order. So then it automatically changes to the next question. And I don't even realize they're doing a little, they call it a workbook. They might not even realize they're doing workbook pages, but it's kind of a fun way to do workbook pages. It tells me right away I chose 5. So when I click on it, it's expecting me to already have my measurement ready. So I'm looking at the nutcracker on the left, and I'm not going to touch him yet because I want to make sure that I've measured. And it looks like he ate. Looks like those are inches, so I'm going to tap on the nutcracker, and now I'm going to tap on the number 8. Well, it looks like I'm still off. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me try that again. Let me put 7 in, and it turns to blue. So, and this is good to tell them about, where the ruler is when you start measuring. If you're starting at the 0 or if you're starting at the 1. So let me try this last nutcracker on the right, and he's 6. So I can tap on the double arrows to go to the right to the next question. I can also start the questions over. So which one is the smallest? 3. And this is actually 2 questions, so they have to do both the top and the bottom. So this one's a really fun one for the kids. Group has the most, so deals with counting and then again your measurement. So I'm going to tap on the home button, and then I'll just show you the parents page. I like this. Most apps nowadays are doing this. They want to be able to tell if you're the parent or the kid. So I had to tap on that triangle for 3 seconds. It just gives you some ideas and use it. It tells you that after you're finished with the workbook that you can print off a certificate. It also, if you tap on also available, it will open up to their iTunes page and show you all their apps that are available. So if you liked that one, then chances are you might like one of these others. So I'm interested in this Piggy See Donkey Do one. I think that might be interesting. I'm going to go out of that app, and I'm just going to quickly share with you another one. And because when we think of the holidays, most people, or a lot of people, there comes to mind Christmas, but there are some Hanukkah apps out there, and we have one that we've reviewed on our BridgingApps website. So I'm going to tap on Enter here. There's 3 different activities here. So there's Spin the Dreidel, and I'm going to tap on the word spin, and it spins. And then I tap again, and it gives me a word. And so I tap on Learn More, and it's going to tell me about a dreidel. It's going to tell me some of the words and what they mean. So Shin, that was 300 points. So again, if I'm not, if I don't normally celebrate this holiday, then I might want to click on that Learn Me so I can find out how many points I've gotten. So I can spin again. You get the idea. So I'm going to go out of that by tapping on the double arrows, yellow arrows, and I'm going to go to Light the Menorah. I'm taken to Menorah, and I can light it, and I've got the days 1 through 8. And so I can light those candles by tapping on the days at the bottom. I can tap on Learn More again. It's going to tell me about the different candles and what happens on the nights and what I recite. So it's a nice little educational app. And I could also read the story. So there is a story here. It looks like I can turn the music on or off by tapping on the speaker.
It's a
So I'm going to tap back on that. And so then I can read about what Hanukkah is. So it's a nice little educational app, and just a great option for if you want to learn about Hanukkah or if you celebrate Hanukkah. And we are about at 7 o'clock. I'm just going to wrap it up by showing you quickly Jolly Jingle. And Jolly Jingle is a free app with in-app purchases. And I just looked it up. I know the prices change all the time, but the free app or the free song that it comes with, they're different songs. And so the one that it comes with is, let's see, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And so I don't have my audio going through, and I really don't want to lose audio and video. So, but I can tap, it is interactive, and so I can tap on the different things. And if I have my audio running, I'd be able to hear the music, and it's actually kids that are singing this. And so that's kind of fun for them to hear kids singing this. And I could see the words. Now, I would love it if it had the little bouncing balls up at the top, and I can kind of follow along where it turned yellow as I was got to that particular word. I could turn lyrics on or off. I can also take it from the kids' choir and just put a female voice. Or maybe I want a male voice. Or maybe I just want instrumental. Or I don't see a male voice, excuse me. But I can instrumental or piano solo. That's kind of fun, and I can turn the lyrics on and off. So that is just a couple more options for you for those holiday apps. Okay, Kristen, that's all I have, and we are at 7:03.
Okay, so I am not going to switch it back to my screen. Well, actually, I can try to do it. But basically, we're just going to wrap up and just say thanks, everyone, for joining. I wanted to let you know that our next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, January 14th. Let's see if we can get this here. Wednesday, January 14th. And I don't know if you all can see that. I have our app list pulled up on the website. I'm not sure what the theme is. I think it might be organizational apps, and hopefully you all can join us for that. Again, if you have questions or comments or you have ideas for topics for upcoming meetings that we have, we would love to hear from you. So post them on our Facebook page and post them on our Google Plus page. We'll also be posting this on our YouTube channel. So after a little bit of editing out of the technical issues, we'll post this back up. So if you missed it or want to share it or want to go back and look at some of those apps, you'll be able to do that. So again, this is Kristen Reed and Tara Rocha with Bridging Apps, and thanks everyone for joining, and hopefully we'll see you all next month. Have a great holiday and a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.